Earlier this week, I posted a Calico transformation / color correction that I had been working on, and it didn't quite measure up formulation wise. So I had to come back and we did some fixes today. And what we did really love was the pattern and placement. So I'm just going to go over my reformulation for a couple of things, because this is my first ever attempt at any kind of chunky highlight or even calico color at all. So I really wanted it to be perfect, and my client is so lovely. She was happy to come back. So I'm gonna show you what I did. So again, if you didn't see that video, go back and check it out. It's my calico hair color transformation. Overall, we ended up with the two red tones. One was supposed to be a super dark red, almost like an espresso brown with a red tone to it when the sun hits it, and then a copper, and then our blonde. And this was all done on previously red hair. So the two darker tones, they ended up looking like one tone overall, but we really saw the vision when the hair was dried, and especially when it was curled. Cause like, look at this. This is really giving that calico look. You could see more of the depth and dimension between the colors, but we just weren't really happy with how the ends of the blonde still had some old copper staining from her previous coloring. So we're like, let's hit those again and let's redo the dark low light color that's supposed to be like an espresso brown with like a red hint to it. So I'm going to show you what I did. I didn't film my placement, but if you guys watch the other video, you'll know the placement. This is just the formulas. So this is what our hair looks like wet after I did the dark brown and blonde redo. The dark brown is 2 parts 5-0 and 1 part 4-0. And this was done with 6 volume just to deposit that color. Her placement is the same as it was in the last video. So again, I didn't feel like it was super necessary to show you guys that. And I don't even think we can call this calico anymore, because what it's really giving is king snake. You guys, look at this. This is exactly the colors that we've gone with, and almost even like the placement too. I think it looks really sick. This is giving more like alt girl king snake look rather than calico cat to me. Anyways, this is how it looks with her hair kind of half up. This is the placement of the side with those chunky foils. And because we brightened up the ends, I wanted to show you how even and soft they looked, because look at them in the ends of this brush. She has super healthy hair, and I'm surprised that like her hair is almost like bulletproof hair. It can handle anything. Anyways, the blonde ended up lifting so beautifully and well once we lifted a second time. What we did was we used Blonde Me and 7 volume, and in the last foils I used like some 20 in there as well, and I used Cool additive. And that is what really fought against those orange undertones. If you don't know what Cool additive is, it's like essentially a really blue pigment you can add to your bleach to help tone while it lifts. Then we toned it with 955, which is a gold, and a 94, which is a beige, to kind of even out the tone of the blonde everywhere and soften it so that it would suit the red and the brown tones. Then I was drying her and I saw how her hair looked when I split it halfway, and I was like, this is just the coolest thing ever. And I know it's also giving king snake, but what it's also giving to me is those bowler shirts from like the 70s and that came back in the 90s. Charlie Sheen wore them all the time. Anyways, this is really what it's giving to me. And I think it's iconic. I think it looks amazing. I want to know what you guys think. This is the look of it from the back. And that's that little black, well, I call it black, but that brown triangle piece that I sectioned in the back. I think it's just such a fun placement. I am so happy with this placement. I'm going to use this on anyone who wants something like this, any kind of calico print. So again, if you guys like how this turned out, this is such a fun color placement for if you're doing your hair half up or you're doing like space buns or braids or anything, because it is chunky. Look at the top. It is pretty chunky, but it's not so chunky it's ridiculous looking, in my opinion personally. But you also get that boldness down to the ends as well. And you have a lot of balance because of the way that this was patterned out. There is equal amounts of one color on one side versus the other, even though their placement is different. So overall, this is the end result. We are so happy with it. I'm so glad she came back for me to adjust what the dark colors were and to relighten the ends of the blondes and then give her a haircut. this is what that split color looks like. Anyways, sound off in the comments below. What did you guys think? And thanks for coming back. Hope you have a great evening, and remember to like and subscribe for the next one. Bye guys.